Hi, my name is David Welch. I am coming to you from Brothers Tech Center today to show you how to install a Blazer-style gas tank in your truck. If you're uncomfortable driving with a bunch of gas behind your seat, we're going to show you how to take that out, get yourself nice and safe, and put this underneath the bed of the truck. Doesn't take too long, doesn't take a lot of tools. The kit comes with your straps already, comes with your bolts, comes with the correct sending unit. Now there's a couple of things it doesn't come with. It doesn't come with any fuel lines, won't come with any clamps, and it's not going to come with a filler neck either. So you're going to want to think about getting all those things at the same time, getting everything ready to rock and roll so you can go ahead and install the thing without having to drive around in a bunch of stuff. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this little round rubber gasket right here and I'm going to set it right inside the groove that goes there. I'll take my sending unit and I'll install it just like this. Now on your sending unit, you're going to want to notice that this tab is up right here and this tab with the negative grounding strap is up, and you'll notice a notch right here and a notch right here, and those will fit right in like that. This is the retaining ring that you get with your kit. That is going to just slip right over the top like this. And on here, what you're going to want to notice is these little notches right here. You got 3 of them. They're going to match up with these protrusions on your gas tank. You'll simply slide it in there, and then we'll gently hammer it clockwise. These will snap into these indentions right here. Now your gas tank is going to fit right here in this pocket. This support right here that used to be for the spare tire is going to need to come out. Now we've got the bed off, so it's really easy to show you all of this, but whether your bed is on or off, this support's going to need to come off one way or the other. We're just going to use a little chisel here, but you can also grind them or cut them off. Your straps are going to come like this, already bent, but they're not bent like this because that's how they go on. You're going to want to straighten them out. They just bent them so we could get them shipped to you easier. So straighten those straps out and we'll get to what's next. At first glance, this just looks like a rectangular tank, but if you take a closer look, you'll notice that this has a slight angle to it right here. And this slight angle is because this support right here is at a slight angle. Those two sides will match up, these two sides are straight. That's how you know you got your gas tank in right. Next, we're going to be setting up our straps. Now, you got a couple of different ways of installing this. You could just bolt this to the frame, but the problem is that once your bed is on, how are you going to get to these nuts and bolts on right in here? What we're going to do is we're going to install the strap, and that's going to take care of that for us. What I'm going to need to do is make sure that this hole I drill through the frame down here is just on the outside edge of the gas tank flange that you're seeing right here. So I will put this up right here. I'll see where I need to drill my hole in order to keep my strap in my channel here, and I'll drill those holes and I'll bolt these straps on. With my other side bolted in, I'm going to go ahead and get my J-bolt now, and I'm going to see where I'm going to drill my holes. I'm going to get my strap, I'm going to make sure that it's in my channel, and then I'll pull my J-bolt up and I'll see exactly where I want to drill the hole. Now your J-bolt works like this right here. You'll see it'll just hook into the hole, and then I'll be able to tighten everything up. With my straps bolted in, firmly on the other side. I just simply take my gas tank, slide it straight up into my straps. I get it located right where I want it. Now I take my J-bolt and I'm going to put it right in the hole that I drilled down here and pull my strap up. I'm going to get a washer on here. I'm going to get the nut. I'll get both sides on and I'll tighten it up. Now I just went ahead and installed the gas tank quickly so I could show you, but a couple of helpful handy hints is that before you put it in, obviously you're going to want to put on your gas tank lines, your vent line, and you're going to want to make sure that your ground is very secure to a clean piece of metal. So be sure that you have these on before you slip your gas tank in, and then be sure that your ground has a nice ground spot. Now let me show you how to put your filler neck in precisely. Now this guy I really like because you just push down on the tab, you turn it, then it pops up the top. You can go ahead and unscrew it. And what you'll want to notice right here is that this just takes 3 little screws to hold it down. And you got to make sure that you have your hole precise, because if it's too big and it's off schedule, then you're not going to be able to get these little screws in. So how are we going to get it perfect? Let me show you how. You're going to have your bed on and all your bed wood placed out in the right order. Then what you're going to do is you'll take the board that's covering the filler neck off. Now if you were to just take a tape measure and measure around, you might get it right. You might get it right. But if you take a piece of cardboard or another piece of wood that's the exact same size and you get it right on there, then you place it exactly where it's going to go. You go ahead and you mark your hole. Now you can try this 2 or 3 times. You can get it exactly where you need it. Once you get it exactly where you need it, then you go ahead and transfer it right to the board, and you're going to be money. My hole is drilled out perfectly, and I can go ahead and get my hose right here, and I'm going to cut it to the same height as where the bottom of the bedwood would be. So it'll be right to the top of the sill plate, if you will. And I want it to come up all the way to the bottom of the board. So I'll measure it and cut that out. Now I'm going to go ahead and get some clamps on here. Now it's easy to get this clamp on the bottom because the board's not on and it's all exposed. But when you put the board on top, you're not going to have a way to get a clamp on the top. So a lot of times what I do really is I just put the board right on it and I just put this down and I go ahead and drill it in, and this fits in so well that it's not going to leak out. But if you wanted to get clever, you could simply take the board on the side off. You could put this board on, put your filler neck in. Of course your clamp would be already on, and then you go ahead and tighten it up, then you put your other board on. So you got some options there. But I'm going to sit this guy in like this and screw these on. Now these little screws right here, if you just screw it in, sometimes it can crack the board. So I'm just going to get some little pilot holes in here to make that a little bit easier for me. Don't drill the hole out too far or too big, or the screws aren't going to hold. And obviously, use something to cover up the hole there. If you wanted to get it even more decorative, you can get yourself a router, and you can router this edge out here down about 1/8 of an inch, and you could sink this whole thing down in, maybe even 1/4 inch, and sink the lid in too. Have it totally flush across the part. So the nice things about these is There's not just one way to do it. There's a lot of different things you can do, and the devil's in the details. So take your time and think it out. Down flush and we are good. So you be sure and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, because I've just got thousands and thousands and thousands of these helpful handy hints for you, all designed to get your truck back on the road where it should be. We'll see you on the road.